up, Pungios? Andy Vlogs. Excited to do another vlog here as I always do. As you may know, I am a lover of the Wars in Stars, Star Wars, and especially the Mandalorian since it's come out. And Evie bought me this awesome 500-piece puzzle that we're going to do. As you can hear, it's not in there. It's on the table, so let's go check it out. We'll be here a while. Evie thinks those are all the edge pieces, but who knows?
I hate puzzles.
You hate puzzles?
I've never liked puzzles.
Well, why did you buy one?
Careful, Theodore.
Because you're like, oh, it's on sale now at like 6 in the morning. We gotta buy it.
It said limited stock and it ran out on me 3 times.
Well, now we're doing it. Hey, I think we got it, Mom. Look, is that right? Is that how wide it is? Or is it a lot wider?
It's gotta be wider because look.
It's gonna be way wider. We need
This
to
is the
find
corner.
it.
This is that sun in the middle.
So I'm gonna wax philosophical a little bit here because while I was doing the puzzle, there was quite a few things that I noticed. And maybe they might apply to life, maybe they might not. My first approach was to focus on the color and especially the gradient as you notice at the top of the sun. The top goes from black because of space to red of the sun all the way down to orange as you approach the Mandalorian's helmet. This was very easy to accomplish because you could just focus on the gradient. You could tell that each puzzle piece had a darker red on one side than a lighter orange on the other. You could place it accordingly. But as soon as I got to the helmet and the droid and Cara Dune, it got much more difficult because of the resolution of the pieces. It was so pixelated that you couldn't see the subtle nuance. My kids abandoned me to watch The Mandalorian while I finish the hardest parts. Let's keep going. One of my favorite parts. The hardest part was time. You had to take each piece one at a time, finding exactly where it would go. Sometimes it would be trial and error. You'd pick up a piece 3 or 4 times in the same go and ultimately not find a space for it to go. And this took a lot of time. You had to start focusing on the shape of the pieces, the roundness, the sharpness, the little notches, or even the grooves within inside of each piece. In the beginning of life, everything is very colorful. You're experiencing as a kid, as a teenager, in your adolescence, everything for the first time. It is exciting, and sometimes it's easy. But once you get down to the helmet and to the body of life, you kind of realize that there's monotony. You realize that the day-to-day grind is real and that you don't have as much freedom or as much color as you did in the past. But it's when you focus on the subtle nuance of each piece that you actually find success, because when you put that into the puzzle of life, you actually find success in the day-to-day. Sometimes our days become weeks, which become months, and then before you know it, you're 10 years into marriage. And the good times you had in high school are like 15 years away. But there really is a great sense of accomplishment once you get all the way to the end, because it started to accelerate so fast once I got through the Mandalorian's body and legs, and as I completed Cara Dune. It was amazing how my mind was able to catch on to those subtle nuances and differences in shapes and color of the pieces despite them looking so pixelated and under resolution. It wasn't long before my brain was able to catch on to these subtleties, and I was able to accomplish much more than I did from the beginning. Incredibly, I was able to get 5, 6, 7, even 8 pieces in a row before I made a mistake. But because I changed my mindset, I was able to accomplish more. We're missing 2. Look for them. Get out of here! Get out! This is mine. This is mine. Back off.
Do it. Move.
Back
I
off.
only got to do 2.
I'm
Let
sorry.
Dada do it.
As you could see, as I got down to the end, the kids wanted to experience completing the puzzle without having to go through the hardship of the middle part of it. But I was happy to be able to experience it with them as long as I got the last piece.
No,
Here, Tony, you can take the corner out and you can do the last piece.
No.
Okay, then Nick, you can do it.
You already did the last piece.
No, you did the last piece.
No? Doesn't matter because you already did that piece.
You did it. There you go, Tony. You finished it.
I didn't.
You just finished it. Good job.
didn't.
I don't know if that made any sense, but it was really fun to do this, and I'm glad that Evie bought this for me. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate it. Let's hope that in the monotony of life as you get older, that we don't forget about the subtle differences that each piece of our puzzle in life has. Because ultimately, when you connect all those two together, the greater picture is wonderful. That's at least what I learned while spending like 6 hours on this darn puzzle. Thanks again for joining me. Andy with Andy Vlogs, signing out. I love Star Wars.